everybody, and it's after the holidays, well, after Christmas, and you just finished making your tamales and you had them for Christmas holidays and you enjoyed them and you just can't get enough of them. Well, I decided to do a special tamale holiday, and we still haven't tasted them, so we have to try them. I have some tamales here that are being steamed, and they're pork tamales. But then I have some, and that's with the red sauce. But then I have some tamales that are with the, I made with the green sauce. And so what I have is, what's heating up right now is the broth that I cooked the one portion of a pork in some water, and I just put some salt, and then I cooked it until it's completely, until the fat is almost it's almost dissolved. So that's how long I cook it. And sometimes it takes about a couple hours to cook. And right now I'm reheating it up, and there's a piece of pork in there, and there's a lot of fat. And then what I did was with the other pork, I did a slow cook. So we're going to do a special, I'm going to do a little twist on a special Chile Verde pork tamale. So, and then hopefully we'll make some atole and we can enjoy the tamales. So I'm really tired, and I know you're probably tired. Whoops. Yeah, I'm tired. Can you see? And so we're all exhausted from the holidays and whatnot, running around and cooking and cleaning and cleaning and cooking and cleaning. But I just wanted to do something special for after the Christmas, and it could be for the New Year. So I used to get some orders from the New Year years ago. All right, here we go. I'm gonna wash my hands first of all. I have some fat from the pork. What I started off was I wanted to buy a USDA organic pork, and there are some out there. You can get them at a specialty store. You know that they, feed the pigs with certain ingredients that don't have any fillers, and there are humanely, and maybe that is a little political, right? Okay, so and that are humane, that are treated humanely, and that are slaughtered humanely, and that to me is very important. This is something that for my own awareness and conscious and all the information that's out there, I definitely believe in humane treatment of the animals that we eat. So, so what I did was I put it in a crock pot. This is a crock pot that goes inside, and then I just I seasoned it. So I'll have the recipe on my blog, which is a fun Miss Mary's Cooking, Fun Cooking with Mary. You'll find me on my blog, and I seasoned it with salt, pepper, with a little bit of cumin, and I just stuck it in the crock pot with a little bit of broth that I had, some chicken broth, and it's okay to use chicken broth, and I put a couple bay leaves in there, and I put a chili pepper in there, so the chili pepper can disperse in there. And then after it was pretty much done, what I did was I took some fresh tomatillos. I rinsed them, peeled them, rinsed them, and cut them up, and I put them in a blender with a little bit of, with the same juice that came out of here. I poured it into the blender, and I put a pinch of cilantro, and I didn't put any onions in it because I cooked I roasted basically in the slow cooker with onions and garlic. I stuffed the garlics inside the roast. I cut them, stuck the garlics inside, and then I just let it sit in it. Basically, I put it on high, and then I brought it down to low. So, and then I warmed it up so that I could cool down the juices, so that I could use the juices with my green tomatillos. So I stuck the juice in the tomatillos, and then with a handful of cilantro and and I just blended it up, and then I poured it back into the stock pot, and then I covered it up again, and I continued to slow cook. And I also added some of my salsa ranchera, which I haven't posted yet because I had a tag sticking out in the back of my shirt, so I didn't want to post them, and I was so tired, and I figured I'll just make a salsa video for you, and it's a really good salsa video. And what I did was I put a scoop of my salsa in with the with my Chile Verde, and it made it a little bit, it brought a little bit of color in there. And so I'm going to make some tamales out of this. We're going to have some Chile Verde Tamales. And I made some more because what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it all up and put it in with my masa. So I know they're going to be like green tamales all the way through. So I have a mixture here of make sure this doesn't get too overheated. I have a mixture of cut up onions, and you can use either yellow or white onions, with seasoned with some dry oregano. So, and then what I'm going to do is put, I'd say that's about a half a cup, in with a couple cups of the salsa that I've already mixed up, and then I'm going to put some cilantro in there, which is going to give it that pretty green color to flavor it up. I know it's going to be so much fun to make these. Mix them up. In the meantime, while that's mixing, I'm going to put some, this is granulated garlic. It's a specialty garlic. Specialty blended. And that's about a good teaspoon. And a teaspoon of the granulated onions. And then I have like about a couple teaspoons of bouillon that I found that's organic bouillon, and I fell in love with it, and I would put like, I'd say about, that's about a good couple tablespoons. So what I did was, and that's about a good couple pounds, I would say 2.5, maybe 2 pounds of the masa, and it's organic masa, which again I'm really happy that I found. And then I'm going to stick it in there and just kind of mix it up. And again, I'm going to use the a little bit of baking soda, and that's about a good teaspoon of baking soda, and a good teaspoon of baking powder. Go. And then I'm going to start pouring this beautiful green stuff into my masa. Turn it off for a minute because I'm going to rinse this out really quick. Found out it's good to rinse in between. And then I'm going to use some of my juices here. Turn this off. I'll pour some of these juices. And it's good that if you have a real fatty piece of pork roast, I don't like using the ones with the bone in. I usually get the pork butt. The pork butt is a little bit more tender for me. Or is it the pork shoulder? I don't remember. It's that weird looking bone in there, but like they cut it differently. Not the one that looks like a ham. Don't get that one. See, and while that's mixing up, these are going to be great tamales. I have what you call all the fat. I pulled all the fat out of the roast before it was done. I cut it up. I cut off the fat, and then I pulled some of the fat out of here as well. And then, but what I did was I cooked it. I cooked the fat myself. I took all the beautiful fat off of that pig part, the pork, and then I added a little bit of water, and I just covered it up, and I slow cooked it so it can become very pliable. See, it's almost like you can touch it and breaks in half. And there's going to be a few pieces of meat in it. And what I'm going to do is put it in the blender. You can't see me. Put it in the mixer. And then, where's the cover? Ah, there it is. I'm just going to mix that. And while cooking this, I did add some salt to the fat, and just so I had to keep myself from eating it. It's so delicious. Enough to get it pliable. You want that pliability in there. It might need a little bit more fat, so I'm going to move this over because I'm done with that. You can see me. I'm doing here. I have some husks that are being soaked. I'm going to try it. Oh, that's going to be some real good flavorful masa for my Chile Verde Tamales. You know what? And I don't even think I'll need that much more fat because there was fat in the liquids that I used, and plus there was some fat that I made of the soup, what we call soup, and I know it's not a healthy thing, but in moderation you eat it, and you know, you take care of yourself, and hot lemon, you'll be all right, I'm sure. But for those who cannot have oil at all, please use canola oil or some coconut oil. That would be better. So I put, I would say I put about a good cup of the fat, but the rest was liquid. So now I'm not quite sure. Let's see, I would say a couple of cups of liquid. But you kind of fill it out and you kind of manipulate the texture on that. And see, it's starting to pull apart from the sides of the mixer here. So it's coming, it's gathering, it's pulling away from the sides. That means it has enough fat in it, and it's pretty much ready to go into make your tamales. Alrighty. These are special tamales. I'm really excited about them. Okay. So I'm going to I don't need to disconnect it. So there you go. And my beautiful green tamales. I accidentally turned off the other tamales that I was making. These are so good. These are delicious. These are going to be really delicious. There you have nice, pliable. Look at that. And it's got a green hint to it. It's very flavorful. And you know, I use the small tomatillos, so there's little specks in there that have the seeds, but the seeds are so soft it doesn't hurt. The seeds won't hurt at all. So, and these are pretty small, chintzy husks. I mean, how dare them sell these kind of husks? My mom used to get so upset when there was husks that weren't the right kind of husk. It had the ugly, and she used to say, "Oh, these are so ugly." You know, she'd say it in Spanish, ay que feo, ay que feo, hojas tan feos. I miss her so much. I guess that's why I'm carrying on the tradition, because of my mom. Yeah. And then, of course, and I'm going to just go ahead and see how beautiful that is. And then, oops, piece went in there. That's okay. And then, oh, and I have one more thing to put in them. I almost forgot. I want to make them real special. Real special. I found some green olives and they're already pitted. Yeah, they're a little pricey. But I found them at a store and I was so excited to have them. Let's take these olives, dump them in here, and that way you can see what I'm doing here. So if you want to make them really special, just take an olive, a pitted olive, a green one if you can find them, and just kind of cut it in half, and then there you have it. You have a beautiful tamale. Do a couple more. So you take that, and you spread it on, right? And make sure your meat, it's pulled apart. You want it pulled apart, and it's quite fork tender. And you take your, there you go, and you fold them, and hopefully I will share my tamales for those who have been extremely kind to me. And this is my way of thanking them, as it was my mom's way of thanking her, people around her. And she would make tamales. That was her treat for the holidays, for the gifts. I mean, who wouldn't want tamales? And you know, you always hear people say, I don't like tamales. Well, then they don't want to have anything to do with corn. There is some good corn, quality corn out there, and thank you for bringing in organic corn, corn masa. I am so happy, and I can't wait to get my blue corn. And my blue corn should be coming in, and then hopefully by the New Year's, and then I'll have my blue corn, and we can make some tamales. Or something special out of my blue corn. Oops, I dropped a little piece there. But so you get the kind of get the idea. And then I'm going to wrap those up and put them in the stock on top, and then hopefully, and then we'll make some other kind of tamales in atole, and so that we can enjoy tamales in atole, and that way you'll have a traditional Mexican meal with the New Year's coming in, and you can have some friends over and enjoy. So I'll see you soon, and even a glass of wine with it, and a beer. I'll see you soon.